Welcome to Material Gaming. Today we are playing Age of Fantasy Regiments by one-page rules. We are playing in 15mm, so half-size guys, half-size table, 3x2. We're using multi-based models, so we're marking casualties with dice. We're using these tokens for spell points, tired and shaken units, and objectives. We're also using two options from the advanced rulebook, random activation, pulling these cubes from a bag to see who goes next, and side missions, two missions drawn from this deck. Today's matchup, Dwarves versus Havoc Warriors. For deployment, we've rolled for 4 objectives, with Dwarves placing the first objective. For our side missions, we have drawn Invade and Ground War. On the Dwarf side, we have a unit of Berserkers with Lord, 2 units of Iron Warriors with Caster Heroes, a cannon, Drake Marksmen, Hammer Elites, the second cannon, and a Bomber Copter. Over on the Havoc side, we have a Havoc Chariot, Havoc Hounds, Havoc Chariot, Warriors with Caster Hero, Hero on Dragon, 10 Havoc Knights with a Hero, another unit of Warriors with a Caster Hero, Havoc Hounds, and finally another Chariot. First activation goes to Havoc. We activate the Chariot on the left flank and rush forward. Havoc Warriors on the left flank activate and move forward towards the leftmost objective. Havoc activates again. The Havoc Hounds are going to advance just behind this forest. The Havoc Master on Dragon activates and rushes forwards towards the center objective. The right flank cannon opens fire on the Dragon. 2 dice, hitting on 4s. 2 misses. The Havoc Hounds on the left flank advance into the difficult terrain with their Strider rule, ignoring the movement restrictions. Dwarves activate next, rushing forward with the Hammer Elites. Havoc activates again, activating the center Chariot. He's going to rush forward towards the third objective, just shy of the Hammer Elites. The second unit of Havoc Warriors activates. They're going to pivot and rush. Their champion with his pistols is not enraged, but the 10 Drake Marksmen are going to open fire into the center Chariot. 20 dice, hitting on 3s with rending, meaning on 6s they have AP 3. 7 hits so far. And they get a total of 15 hits with 5 rending. Needing 3s on the white, 6s on the yellow due to rending. 7 wounds get through. The Chariot is gone. Dwarves activate again, and the second cannon is going to fire at these warriors. 2 shots, needing 4s. 1 hit. 3 saves due to the blast rule. Needing 4s because of AP 1. 2 wounds. 1 unit of Iron Warriors rushes forward. The right flank Chariot rushes forward. The Chariot is advanced just into range of the Bomber Chopper, who opens fire. 2 dice, needing 4s. 2 hits. Needing 4s on the saves due to AP 1. Both saved. The Havoc Knights activate and rush forward 8 inches due to the fast rule. The other unit of Iron Warriors activates. The Wizard is going to cast Spite Rune. His buddy over there is close enough to help him, so he empowers the spell. Hitting on a 3. A fail. Now he attempts to cast Smiting Rune. His buddy empowers this one as well, hitting on a 3. Another 1.
Fiddlesticks.
Having failed miserably, he orders his Iron Warriors forward towards the objective. Dwarves activate again, moving the berserkers into the forest. At the end of round 1, Dwarves control 1 objective, Havoc control 2, and 1 is unclaimed. Iron Warriors activate and cast Smiting Rune. The wizard buddy nearby empowers it, so we're hitting on a 3. Fail. The poor wizard tries again with Spite Rune, also empowered, needing a 3. A hit.
Outstanding.
2 hits with AP2, 3s go to 5. 1 wound. Continuing their activation, the Iron Warriors charge the Havoc Knights. Hitting on 3s. 3s on the white, 6s on the yellow, due to rending 3. 4 wounds. Half the knights go down, half remain. The remaining 5 knights and their heroes strike back. 9 dice hitting on 3s. 4 hits. AP1 and Shield Wall cancel out, needing 3s to save. 2 wounds. The knights have lost the melee and must take a morale test. Needing a 3, they're fine. The knights activate next, charging back into the Iron Warriors. They will hit on 6s because they are tired. 2 hits. AP1, so needing 3s. 1 wound. The tired dwarves strike back, hitting on 6s. 1 hit. AP3, so needing a 6. A fail. 1 casualty apiece, no one needs to make a morale check. Hellhounds activate and rush towards the berserkers. The right flank chariot activates and charges into the bomber copter. 4 impact hits, hitting on 2s. 3 hits, needing only 2s on defense. All saves. Now the regular attacks, hitting on 3s. 4 hits. 2s on the red, 4s on the yellow. 2 wounds. Chopper needs a morale test. On a 4. Failed. The chopper is shaken. The left flank cannon fires at the Havoc Warriors. 2 dice needing 4s. No hits. Right flank cannon activates and fires at the chariot. 2 hits needing 4s. 1 hit. Blast does not apply since this is a single model. Needing a 4, it's a fail. The left flank chariot rushes forward just behind the Havoc Hounds. Warriors activate, casting Havoc Charge on the dragon and the knights. This will give them +2 AP on their next charges if it succeeds. He empowers with 1 point, so hitting on a 3. Success. The berserkers do what berserkers do and charge the Havoc Knights in a flanking move. A massive 20 dice hitting on 4s. 11 hits. AP1 on the red dice. Needing 4 on the red, 3s on everything else. 4 wounds. Only the champion remains. The lone hero strikes back, hitting on 6s. No hits. The hero makes a morale check, needing a 3. He runs away. The second unit of Iron Warriors rushes forward. Left flank Havoc Warriors advance through the difficult forest. The hero attempts to cast Thornfields on the berserkers. 1 point to empower, so hitting on a 3. Success.
Huzzah!
Thornfields generates 6 hits. The berserkers save on 5s. 4 wounds. Right flank Havoc Hounds simply hold. The hammer elites pivot and advance towards the Havoc chariot. The bomber activates and fires at the chariot, then does a bombing run. Needing 4s, 2 misses. Now the bomber advances over the chariot and commences his bombing run. Hitting on 2s. 2 hits. That generates 6 hits with AP1, so needing 4s. 5 wounds. The chariot is obliterated. The dragon activates, advancing toward the berserkers and using his breath weapon. 1 dice, hitting on a 2. Success. 3 dice because of blast, needing 6s. 3 wounds. The berserkers take a morale test, failing, but their fearless ability gives them a roll, and they succeed. The Drake marksmen advance, but are not in range of any targets. At the end of round 2, Iron Warriors and Berserkers claim an objective, meaning that we have 2 Havoc objectives and 2 Dwarf objectives at the end of round 2. The dragon activates, charging the Iron Warriors and using his breath weapon on the Berserkers. Needing a 2, he's got it. 3 dice on the save versus the breath weapon, needing 6s. Only 1 wound. Only 1 Berserker remains to defend his lord, and the morale test is passed. 13 dice for the attacks on the Iron Warriors, hitting on 3s. 11 hits. Needing 5s on the save, due to the Havoc Charge spell cast earlier. 9 hits, the Iron Warriors are gone. The remaining 1 Berserker and Lord charge the dragon valiantly. Hitting on 4s. The 6s generate 2 hits apiece due to the Furious rule. Needing 4s on the white, 3s on the yellow. 1 wound. The dragon goes down to tough 11. The fire cannon opens fires on the dragon. 2 hits needing 4s. 1 hit. The dragon is 1 model, so blast doesn't apply. He needs a 4 to save and makes it. The dwarves activate again. The Iron Warriors cast Smiting Rune on the dragon. The nearby Chaos Wizard spends a point to disempower, hitting on a 5. It's a fail. Hitting on a 4, another fail. Now the Iron Warriors charge, hitting the dragon's flank. Needing 3s to hit with AP 3 on the yellow. 4 hits. Needing 3s on the white, 6s on the yellows. 3 wounds. The dragon now makes a morale test, needing a 4 because he was charged on the flank. He fails and is shaken. All this flanking. Chaos Warriors activate, charging the 2 remaining Berserkers. 8 dice, hitting on 3s. 5 hits. AP 1 on the attacks, so the dwarves need 6s. 5 wounds, the Berserkers evaporate. The Bomber Copter activates next, firing at the Havoc Hounds. Needing 4s. 2 fails. Undeterred, the chopper starts his bombing run. Needing 3s because the bomber is shaken. 2 hits. This generates 6 saves, needing 6s with AP 1. 1 save but 5 wounds. The Havoc Hounds are gone. The other unit of Havoc Warriors activates and pivots, keeping their eye on the objective. The remaining unit of Havoc Hounds activates and rushes towards the deployment zone for the side mission point. The Hammer Elites also hold, pivoting towards the objective. The other cannon has no valid targets, so holds. The left flank chariot rushes, trying to get close to literally anything. The Drake marksmen rotate and fire into the dragon. 20 shots, hitting on 3s with rending. 8 standard hits and 3 with rending. Needing 6s on the red, 3s on the rest for the save. 5 wounds. The dragon passes his morale test, but goes to 3 toughness. It's the end of the round. The dragon hangs on to claim the middle objective. At the end of round 3, Havoc have 3 objectives and 1 unit in the enemy deployment zone. Dwarves control 1 objective. Havoc get the first activation and the dragon charges the Iron Warriors. First the breath weapon, hitting on a 3, fails. Now 13 attacks, needing 4s because the dragon is shaken. 8 hits. AP 1 and shield wall cancel out, needing 3s. 2 wounds. The dwarves swing back, hitting on 3s. 5 hits. Needing 3s on the white and 6s on the yellow due to AP 3. 3 wounds. So we got a rule wrong here and assumed that the hero would sort of fall off the dragon when the dragon died. The correct rule is that the hero is the model and the dragon is an upgrade to the model. The bomber copter activates next and chooses to forego the point from getting into the deployment zone, instead charging towards the Havoc warriors and opening fire. 2 shots needing 5s. 2 misses. The Havoc warriors advance towards the objective just to make sure they're within 1.5 inches. The hounds are doing their job in the enemy deployment zone, so they hold. The other unit of Havoc warriors advances through the forest towards this objective. The chariot pivots and advances toward the objective. The dwarves, seeing no path to victory, concede. Havoc control 3 objectives, 1 side mission due to having a unit in the deployment zone, and both sides are within 3 of the center. Havoc 4, Dwarves 1.